KiN is a show that explores the themes of family, of passing on of cultural lineage, and how the new generation not only absorbs their lineage from their parents or grandparents or ancestors, but every generation transforms that and makes it current to their time. For me personally, I come from an Indian and Australian background. So for me, this work is about also showing how in my own life, in my own blood, those two cultures have come together within me. And I am both Indian and Australian at the same time. And what does that mean? And to express that, we have expressed it through dance, music, and aerials. The genesis of this show began in 2020 when Sally Richardson and Circus WA put out a call out for 5 emerging artists to make a solo. There was a lot of positive response, which then made me want to develop it further. In the second round, my partner Russell Thorpe and I started collaborating together. And in that collaboration, what we developed was a Indo-Western dance language.
There was this really interesting place where Isha's traditional heritage and my contemporary dance background kind of met. Contemporary dance can often be quite ambiguous. Traditional art forms, traditional dance forms specifically are very precise. So I was really interested in those two kind of ways of working, the abstract and then the traditional, and when those two places meet, how do they connect? And we would literally train each other in those two mediums until we had enough of an understanding of each other's practice to be able to communicate.
One thing that I found very different about the process of the creation of KiN was that it has been a really collaborative way of working. Each one of us is individually really experienced in our fields. There was no hierarchical structure of making, which I really enjoyed. And I really felt empowered actually by having just all of us collaborators, or having no hierarchy, and just everyone's equal. We're all just making together. So I feel like we all collectively distilled down what we all wanted to say together. For me, it was very powerful and beautiful that it's a collective voice, and the story has come out of a collective process of creation. When we got to the Queen's Park Theatre, we had a series of sections, we had a series of images and ideas, and while we have been in the theatre is the real time where we have got to really find the heart of the piece, put it all together. And because of the generous support of not the management and the technical crew of the Queen's Park Theatre, we've really realized our dream and the potential of this show in the venue. And for that, I am so grateful.
I took KiN because of seeing Isha's work in She Is Strong. So I knew already that she had extraordinary aerial skills, but what I didn't know until they came here was how much more this work is. Just the fusion between Isha and Russell, just seeing the Indian and the Western influence, and then Daksha's obvious contemporary skills in dancing in India, and seeing it all come together. And then Tao's music just literally fills my heart. I'm going to miss this enormously when it's gone. It's so evocative. It just fills you with feelings. That's the best thing I can say about this work.
Now we have confirmations from 2 major Indian dance festivals to present this work at the end of the year. So we're really excited that this Indo-Australian collaboration gets a life here in Australia as well as India, because I think it will really resonate, because it explores the themes of cultural identity, of having multiple cultural identities. And so I'm really excited to be able to share this work starting this year in Australia and India.